Mom, are you really gonna let Barbie take you and your tween daughter to an imaginary land? Yes.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're discussing how the Barbie movie was made.
Every square millimeter of every look was like so finely considered, and there was so much philosophy and thought behind it.
For this video, we'll be looking at all of the amazing elements that went into creating this landmark cinematic achievement. Attention all Barbies, Kens, and Allens, this video is not spoiler-free. What was your favorite part of the movie? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Crafting a complex story. For years, there's been talk of a live-action Barbie film, but despite the efforts of many creatives who've tried to tackle the project since 2009, nothing solid ever came to fruition. That is, until actress-producer Margot Robbie and her production studio Lucky Chap Entertainment came along in 2018. Roughly a year later, she brought on Lady Bird writer-director Greta Gerwig.
And I was like, if she says no, we are down to it's a very small group of people that I think would make the film worth making, sort of thing. So thank God she said yes.
Gerwig and her partner in life, love, and art, Noah Baumbach, attended a Barbie boot camp of sorts hosted by Mattel, where they learned about the doll's storied history and her late creator, Ruth Handler. The former Mattel CEO's motivation for creating Barbie stemmed from her daughter Barbara's limited toy options.
With a baby doll, little girls have no ability to really dress and do things that girls love doing.
Inspired by this mother-daughter relationship, Gerwig sat down with Baumbach to pen the script in March of 2020. Both filmmakers are known for their character-driven stories with an indie essence.
One of us will write something and we're like, maybe it's not funny, and the other one's like, no, it's so funny.
That's true, yeah. It's so funny, so there's kindness in it.
We kind of see it the same way pretty quickly.
They're not exactly the type of artists you'd think of for a big summer blockbuster like Barbie, but that's what makes their involvement so exciting. Mattel and Warner Brothers also generously afforded them creative freedom. Gerwig later decided to direct as well, ensuring that her specific vision was realized.
What a complex, terrifying thing to try to tackle. So that was kind of the source of the fear, but also the source of the excitement, because I'm just always interested in things that are messy and complicated.
As many of the cast and creators told us, Barbie was not what audiences thought it would be.
And my heels are on the ground.
The iconic doll in character form suddenly experiences imperfections for the first time and goes through an existential crisis that takes her out of her pink paradise of Barbie Land and into the dreaded real world. The film manages to balance comedy, adventure, and a touch of drama, drawing endless laughs and a few tears from its audience. It covers a range of important topics and themes such as gender politics, motherhood, and self-discovery. We may not have predicted this kind of journey for Barbie, but we sure appreciate Gerwig and Baumbach's insightful and fun storytelling.
Barbie is this emblem of plastic perfection. I was like, what better journey to give her than one that gives her humanity?
Becoming stereotypical Barbie and Beach Ken. Aussie native Margot Robbie admitted she wasn't much of a Barbie girl in childhood, and while she was passionate about making the Barbie movie happen, she didn't plan to step into the role herself.
I said to her when she said, yes, I'll come on board, I don't have to be in the movie. I'm very passionate about making this as a producer, but I don't have to play Barbie or be in the movie in any capacity. I'm happy just to produce.
Gal Gadot was her ideal choice since Robbie thinks the Wonder Woman actress radiates natural Barbie energy. Gadot was unavailable at the time, but later expressed interest in being in a possible sequel. In the end, Robbie agreed to play Barbie, later called stereotypical Barbie.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
Robbie, known for playing iconic women like the fictional Harley Quinn and real person Sharon Tate, was all in on becoming Barbie. The role required an in-depth study of Barbie and her many controversies, as well as some work with a dialect coach to mask her accent. But she credits Greta Gerwig with helping her get into the unusual mindset of a doll.
Those questions led to some pretty deep answers and conversations, and not even answers, because there isn't really an answer. That's what we kept coming back to, is like, I can't sum up the meaning of life in a neat little sentence.
Robbie and Gerwig knew Ryan Gosling was the perfect Ken, literally envisioning the actor in the part.
I always said in the script, Barbie, Margot, and Ken Ryan Gosling. So we manifested that into existence as well.
While it took a bit of convincing and some Kenergy conjuring, he eventually agreed. At least a year before the 2023 press tour, Gosling was already sprinkling Kenisms into the world. The actor's Kenthusiasm, if you will, has yet to fade, and fans are eating it up.
I just decided I'm just gonna Ken as hard as I can. You know, I canned in the morning, I canned at night. If I'm honest, I'm kenning a little bit right now.
Casting the Barbies, Kens, Allens, and humans. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling aren't the only plastic couple in Barbie Land. Multiple Barbies and Kens reside in the sunny utopia, and though they all share an endlessly optimistic outlook, they're each their own person, well, doll.
I think that with Greta's approach, it was a mixture of getting to know us as individual humans and then fusing that with what she saw for these various Barbies.
Robbie maintained she didn't want the movie to feature only one Barbie because it would imply, as she said, quote, "This is the one version of what Barbie is, and that's what women should aspire to be and look like and act like." Instead, a focus on diversity and representation was made a priority.
We wanted Barbie Land to feel incredibly inclusive, and we wanted this film to feel like everyone was welcome.
Incidentally, Mattel's Barbie brand didn't really celebrate diversity until they released the first Black Barbie in 1980, followed by dolls from other parts of the world. Greta Gerwig, however, welcomed everyone into Barbie Land, assembling an ensemble cast of all shapes, sizes, and identities to play the doll inhabitants.
It's funny because Barbie has always been how we've all seen ourselves, and you guys have allowed so many people in our world, not in Barbie Land, to see themselves.
Additional Barbies include Issa Rae as President Barbie, Alexandra Shipp as Writer Barbie, Hari Nef as Dr. Barbie, and SNL alum Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie. Additionally, Margot Robbie lookalike Emma Mackey plays physicist Barbie, while her sex education co-star Ncuti Gatwa is one of the Kens, alongside Simu Liu, Kingsley Ben-Adir, and Scott Evans.
Looking good, Barbie.
Thanks, Ken.
Two unlikely characters in Barbie are discontinued dolls from the past.
Here's your big moment. Do you take Alan? I do.
Actress-filmmaker Emerald Fennell plays the pregnant Midge, Barbie's freckled gal pal introduced in 1963. At one point in Barbie lore, Midge was coupled up with Ken's best buddy Alan, whom Michael Cera brings to life wonderfully on screen. Neither doll saw much success in their respective runs, so they're the odd ones out in Barbie Land.
There are no multiples of Alan. He's just Alan.
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
As for the human beings living in the real world, America Ferrera and Ariana Greenblatt as Gloria and Sasha respectively bring some fantastic authenticity to the party and the sleepovers. We, of course, can't forget about Will Ferrell as Mattel's quirky CEO and the rest of the hilariously uncoordinated Mattel employees.
Greta's given a lot of us a chance to kind of improvise and encourages all of that, in fact.
Barbie in Technicolor. For the look of Barbie, Greta Gerwig referred back to some of her favorite classic films, such as 2001: A Space Odyssey, as well as old soundstage musicals like The Wizard of Oz and Singin' in the Rain being the most well-recognized. Film buffs, however, will also be able to spot homages to Jacques Demy's The Umbrellas of Cherbourg and The Red Shoes by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger.
Just the theatricality and the colors and the way that it never pretended to be anything other than on a soundstage. I like that. I like that authentic artificiality.
Gerwig worked with production designer Sarah Greenwood to actually build Barbie Land on a soundstage. While some filmmakers seek out realistic sets coupled with green screen, Barbie called for something the production team referred to as authentic artificiality. Inspired by stylish mid-century modern homes, Greenwood and set designer Katie Spencer constructed life-size dream houses, foregoing traditional walls because no one walks their Barbie dolls down the stairs.
They're timeless pieces, which also has an echo to the actual toys that are in the dream house that Mattel make today. It's very simple and clear and beautiful.
They included small details that would be authentic to the doll world, like letters scribbled in gibberish, and the absence of any real-life elements such as water. Later, they would have fun turning the beautiful home into Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa house during the Kendom makeover.
Literally, we bought everything that a frat boy would like. So it was black leather sofas, it was mini fridges, it was massage chairs. We had something like over 25 TVs playing all the time.
Did we mention that production used such an unnatural amount of pink paint that it created a shortage?
I can't even tell you the meetings we've had about pink. We sat with all these different kinds of pinks and we were like, what is the pink and how do the pinks interact.
Cinematographer Rodrigo Prieto, known for his fantastic work on everything from The Wolf of Wall Street to Taylor Swift music videos, expertly shot the colorful, largely pink film. Gerwig and company employed old-school filming techniques, avoiding CGI in favor of practical in-camera effects and hand-painted backdrops.
This challenge of like execution, but it was, you know, in a way, because I had this very clear vision that I wanted everything to be practical and in camera, it made it easy in terms of how we went about stuff.
The surreal transportation sequences are particularly incredible. In this whimsical, childlike atmosphere, we can only hope the crew had as magical a time putting everything together as we did watching it all come together.
The idea to approach this movie about toys with that spirit of everything being something that looks like someone made it is like it was moving to be on those sets.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Disco Dancin' and Designer Duds. Greta Gerwig turned to producers Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt for the movie's score, as well as original songs for musical numbers.
Like, it might have been nice to have like a little movie to like get used to scoring picture, but whatever. There was something, I guess, that we just seemed to tap into the musical language of the film early.
They were also tasked with putting together a soundtrack full of bangers, featuring artists like Billie Eilish, Lizzo, Sam Smith, and Nicki Minaj. Ronson and Wyatt co-wrote Ken's epic power ballad I'm Just Ken, and you all probably won't be surprised to know that's Ryan Gosling's actual voice. They also managed to enlist the legendary Slash from Guns N' Roses to play on the track, along with fellow musicians Wolfgang Van Halen and Foo Fighters' Josh Freese. British songstress Dua Lipa, who also has a part as Mermaid Barbie, performed the disco-infused single Dance the Night, which is featured during Barbie's giant blowout party choreographed dance scene. Of course, the Barbies and Kens, even Alan and Midge, are decked out in glamorous gold and white outfits, which is just one example of many award-worthy costumes designed by Jacqueline Duran. Like the film sets and killer tunes, the wardrobes in Barbie were heavily inspired by vintage looks with a modern twist.
All the outfits are not one-to-one replicas. Some are inspired by real-life Barbies that have existed in the past. So there might be a picture of like Brigitte Bardot in the 50s or 60s, and that might inspire an outfit.
Some outfits, as you might have picked up, were also taken from fashion found in the Mattel archives. Duran had a daunting job, but rose to the occasion and outfitted each Barbie and Ken in perfectly designed ensembles, ranging from retro beachwear, matching pink boiler suits, and chic Chanel dresses. Oh, and we can't forget about Gosling's shirtless Ken proudly rocking a floor-length faux mink lined with horse-patterned silk.
Oh, I'm happy. Did you know? Thank you for noticing that. It's a horse lining.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.